excitement of melon shooting in Dead Man's Hand. A classic game returns in Pitfall: The Lost Expedition. And a new approach to deep tissue massage in Gangland. Yeah, that feels great! It's game time! Please welcome your host, now with a minty fresh scent. It's Adam Setzler and Morgan Webb.
I think that's mid.
Hello and welcome to X-Play.
On today's show, a classic game gets a new look.
And we have a first-person shooter set in the Wild West because game developers are running out of historical settings.
Maybe World War II. Plus a strategy game where you get to run the mob, Godfather style.
And a game full of hoes.
Sadly, we're talking about the tools, not the prostitutes.
Yeah.
But you know, who doesn't love a farming sim?
Oh, him, I guess. Plus, later in the show, we'll have the best baseball game we've played this year.
But we kick things off with the classic from the Atari 2600.
Sure, we all remember the original Pitfall with its bad graphics and that damn scorpion that always killed you. But this time around, the game has new graphics, new gameplay, and new ways to die. Here's Pitfall: The Lost Expedition. After long last, Pitfall Harry is back. Some of you young upstarts don't know this historic video game hero. We at X-Play can, however, recall his glorious adventures, and we're happy to see the old scamp return. Unlike the underappreciated 16 and early 32-bit Pitfall games, you play as the original Harry, not his son, trying to accomplish missions while avoiding your average jungle dangers, like man-eating grass or fast-moving logs. And if you avoid these pitfalls and keep a full canteen of water handy, you will be rewarded along your quest with awesome treasures. Yeah. In this particular instance, saving this autistic leprechaun-like fella is enough for a little something.
Buddy, how you doing?
Harry has many possible actions, some of which require dual button presses, like this stealth walk and this sweep kick. Rotating the camera while on a vine lets you line Harry up with the next easily. You, of course, have to get Harry to the vine in the first place. In Harry's knapsack is a book that includes detailed and interactive maps to help guide him through. The book also includes information on the surrounding vegetation and native peoples, and is the perfect accessory for the video game enthusiast/tree hugger. The unending wealth of information does not help to alleviate the one problem of the game: the need to go back for tools and skills that were inexplicably missed.
I'll mark this on my map so I can come back later.
The constant retracing of steps is as frustrating as waiting in line at the grocery store while a patron looks for exact change.
Wake up!
The graphics of Pitfall look like a cross between cel-shaded cartoon games and traditional 3D games. The levels are huge and full of bushy trees and thick grasses. The only oddity in the game's presentation is Harry himself. Archaeology and rescuing naturalists is traditionally the work of well-adjusted Harrison Fords. Harry, however, has serious anger management issues. Despite the game's childhood charm, it's safe to say Harry's got very adult problems. Overall, the amusing and colorful presentation and familiar gameplay make the return of Pitfall an engaging, if not innovative, treat. The game doesn't try to do anything to bring the 3D platformer genre forward, but succeeds in its aim to bring Pitfall Harry into the new millennium. Fun graphics and gameplay and lots of humor cause us to give Pitfall our complimentary 3 out of 5. Now, this game just feels derivative, which is sort of ironic since it's based on a genre-defining title.
Okay, Professor, keep on using the big words. Ironic. Derivative. Title.
Okay, well, as many of you know, Westerns have been repopularized as of late.
Okay, sure, the cowboy movies tank, but HBO's Deadwood has made it cool to drop the F-bomb frontier style.
Yes, and as if on cue, we have a first-person shooter set in the Wild West that made Adam drop some bombs of his own.
Here's a review of Dead Man's Hand. The Old West. The untamed majesty of the landscape. The rugged can-do spirit. Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen against the Bon Jovi soundscape. Yeah, that's not here.
Oh, man.
Dead Man's Hand is a tale of revenge. You might not know that because you won't make it through these exciting cutscenes.
The blood of lawmen, the blood of women.
What it really is a waste of a good premise. While it has the typical Western trappings, wheelless wagons, old things, accents.
I think today will be a very good day for us, my friend.
Wait, I'm in jail with you. What does that mean? It uses them to poorly hide the fact that this shooter is as tired as inevitable crappy cowboy jokes in this review. As I walk through the streets of Laredo, as I walk through Laredo one day, I shot this jackass and then I shot that one. I'm tired of the jackasses I don't want to play. Pretty much pick a level, pick the guns, and then shoot people that happen to look sunburnt and unshorn. You can get extra points by doing neat things like shooting up people's hats or shooting melons. I wonder if Gallagher is this much fun. That and shooting a lot of things in a row gets you power boost, which allow for more powerful shots. Or the use of a sniper reticle. Yep, that's the power of the melon working there. This is such bull. There are clever touches like shooting things to have them fall on people, but that's all they are, touches. Really, you just trudge through the game shooting at everyone, which can make for some mildly amusing fun, but then you notice that you're a really good shot. In fact, the auto-aiming in the game just takes away any really interesting challenges. The real challenge is trying to find out who's shooting at you. See, the graphics, well, apparently the designers thought that it rained mud in the Old West and that people like to ladle on mud when they got up in the morning. Well, mud are steaming piles of. Plus, this game seems to be taking place in the Old West. There's no one but the bad guys. It's like everyone picked up and went Western. One highlight is the video poker that begins every level to get extra power.
Surprise, surprise.
It has all the mind-numbing entrancement as it does in Reno.
Hey, yo!
It is a welcome respite from slogging through the canyons of first-person shooting. While you can play Dead Man's Hand, there's just not much reason to, unless life will continue to be incomplete without something interactive involving the Old West that's not a call girl reading you a Larry McMurtry novel. What? Oh, come on. Don't tell me that doesn't get you. 2 out of 5.
You know, who'd have guessed that shooting hats and melons gets really old?
I don't know, not I. Well, if you want to see a really good Western shooter, rent The Wild Bunch. It has Ernest Borgnine and more blood than Carrie on prom night.
Ew.
It does. There's lots.
Coming up, crazed go-go dancers packing heat in Gangland. Does Russ Meyer know about this?
This program brought to you in part by Hitman Contracts. One way or another, the job gets done.
In the world of a professional assassin, there is no place for compassion, no room for hesitation. There is only the target, and no one escapes the hitman. Hitman Contracts, in stores April 21st. Rated M for mature.
Introducing the Malibu Max. The only car that offers all of this. Remote start, sliding reclining rear seats, a 200 horsepower V6, and rear DVD. The new Chevrolet's an American Revolution.
Want to glide with a thin light laptop? Unwire with a wireless laptop powered by Intel Centrino mobile technology.
Complete the Matrix experience on DVD.
What is the Matrix?
4 groundbreaking DVDs that take your imagination to unimaginable limits. Complete the Matrix experience. Buy The Matrix Revolutions on DVD.
I'm Gray Davis. I used to be governor of California.
I'm Ashley, 8th grade treasurer.
I search on Yahoo. I'm looking for an agent.
When I ran for student government, I used Yahoo to email my friends, tell them to vote for me.
One actor got to be governor, so maybe a former governor can go into acting.
And being popular, it kind of helps you out.
I don't think action adventure would be my milieu, but who knows? Maybe I got to be positive.
Job engine, mail engine, life engine.
Yahoo!
It's a life engine.
Dear X-Play, how can I play games and watch a fantastic show at the same time? Signed, All Thumbs and Thackeray.
Well, Thumbell, we've made it so easy, even Adam can do it.
Play Tech TV's Hyperactive. It's the game you play online while you're watching X-Play. Answer trivia questions, chat, win cool prizes, and more. To play, log on to techtv.com/hyperactive during X-Play Monday through Friday nights at 11 Eastern, 10 Central.
Watch and win. Play Tech TV's Hyperactive, only on Tech TV.
How about a quick game of Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb?
Why is it quick?
Welcome back to X-Play.
We've all played real-time strategy games where you take on socially responsible jobs like Railroad Tycoon or Roller Coaster Tycoon or Tycoon, where you just manage a bunch of other tycoons. Okay, now it's time to get socially irresponsible because we have a game that might as well be called Drug and Prostitution Tycoon.
Except it's called Gangland, and it has strippers dressed in pink bunny suits. Just charming.
Wait, you actually get to dress as a rabbit and take your clothes off? Where can I sign up for this? That's good.
Here's our view of Gangland.
Welcome to Paradise City, where the grass is green and the girls are armed to the teeth. Where you're apparently the only one who can drive. Oopsie. And where the sidewalks are impassable force fields. This is Gangland in a nutshell. It's a game with some incredibly cool ideas mixed with some gameplay that's, well, incredibly boneheaded. It's basically a squad-based strategy game that also has some ideas lifted from RPG and simulation games. You play Mario, a guy who's come from the old country to avenge the murder of his brother Chico, who was killed by his other brothers Groucho and Harpo. And that's a joke for the older viewers. Anyway, you start the game out as little more than a low-level thug. You have to play through several missions where all you do is whack every single mob boss who crosses your path. The good news is, this gives you a chance to get used to the combat in the game. The bad news is, the combat in Gangland is incredibly frustrating. You can't pause the game to assess the situation and give, strategic orders to your Goombas. Instead, you mostly fiddle with the 3D camera to get a better view of your guys getting killed long before you can give them any orders. Luckily, you can replenish your health on the fly. Okay, team, chow down. Eventually, you gain control of the family business. With or without a bald-headed massage therapist. Lower. You can take over other businesses.
Split 50-50.
Hire goons to guard your turf, and even find a suitable bride to produce a little family of your own.
I'm ready to join the gang!
I said a suitable bride. At this point in the game, there's just lots of neat stuff to do. I like this. But you still have to deal with the annoying combat. So here's the deal. Gangland is a really good game, but it's frustrating in a what the hell were they thinking kind of way.
You done good, Goomba.
But if you can persevere, you should have a ball. Normally, we'd give an ambitious game like Gangland a 4 out of 5. But because of the aforementioned suckiness, we're bumping it down to a 3 out of 5.
Now, you can tell that the game has some problems when you can run faster than your car can drive. And when a corpulent mafioso can get around quicker than a Corvette, you're dropping the ball.
Drop. Stick around. Later in the show, we have what's shaping out to be the best baseball game of the year. Plus, hose. Okay, garden hose. But having hose always makes the ratings go up.
And our integrity go down.
What's integrity?
In a moment, the special relationship between a man and his cow in Harvest Moon.
Yo, this is my house. But before I was king of the court, I had nothing. I took it one-on-one from the streets to the mansions of the NBA superstars. First I schooled LeBron and Melo, then took down AI and T-Mac. Dropped KG and Shaq. But yo, before you can have the cars, the crib, and the crew, you gotta have the moves. NBA Ballers, rated E for everyone.
The Mitsubishi Endeavor. More passenger and cargo volume than the Toyota Highlander. Starting under $23,600 after factory rebate. And get a 10-year warranty on an SUV you actually want to drive. Only at Mitsubishi.
Welcome to the meeting that's nothing like a meeting. No travel, no downtime, just pure collaboration. Microsoft Office Live Meeting, a new service that lets you collaborate with groups small to large. Hold impromptu discussions to high-profile presentations, all with just a phone, PC, and an internet connection. So no matter where you are, it's as if you're all at the same table.
If your dinner doesn't arrive in 5 seconds, it's on us.
Too rare?
The 5-second guarantee. Bad idea for fine dining. Good idea for online trading. At Ameritrade, if your qualified trade takes longer than 5 seconds, your commission is waived. Sign up now and get 25 commission-free trades. Go to ameritrade.com/TV/ or call 888-493-7500.
Gateway'd like to reintroduce you to the home computer. It's our 310T desktop, and right now you can take one home for just $499.99. It's packed with the Intel Pentium 4 processor, so it's got plenty of power for the whole family, along with a big screen for kids' games and tons of storage for mom and dad's photos, all at a great price. In fact, BestStuff.com said our 310 series offers plenty of bang for the buck. So call Gateway today, and we'll even ship your powerful new PC for free.
Now, with 3 billion Darkside points, it's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Ooh, there are only so many times I can be a good Jedi, you know?
All right, you know what? Enough about you, Webb. Let's get back to the games.
You don't need to talk about games now.
I don't need to talk about games now.
These are not the games you're looking for.
These are not the games I'm looking for.
That's better. Anyway, our next game is Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. It's a farming sim, and amazingly, there have been a dozen Harvest Moon titles on every Nintendo and Sony platform since the Super Nintendo, except, of course, the Virtual Boy. Adam, introduce the review of Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life.
I'm introducing our review of Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. Life on the farm, the fresh air, the cows in the pasture, the hose. Now, most of us here at X-Play would rather eat raw albatross than brave the harsh glare of the sun and sully ourselves in the virgin soil. Luckily, gamers can live the hip, troglodyte lifestyle and still experience the wonders of agriculture in Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. Gameplay is simple and addictive. You start out with a small farm, a bag of seed, and a cow, which you must hug frequently. Over the course of 10 years, you must build up the farm, find a wife, raise a child, and make friends with the neighboring townsfolk. But most importantly, let us cultivate our garden. Now that's what I call dirty hoe action. Your first big task is to find a soulmate. There's Muffy, the bouncy barmaid, or Celia, the farmer's daughter. Yeah, maybe if this were a traveling salesman sim. But I think I'll focus on the mysterious and aloof Nami. I just love a challenge. When you're not out pitching hay or pitching woo, there are plenty of other tasks to occupy your time. You can sell your wares to the villagers. Thank you, sir. Would you like pants with that? You can fish down by the river. You can help out the local archaeologist. Like I don't get to dig in the dirt enough at home. But Nami does seem to like the artifacts I find, and of course, we must cultivate our garden. Strange crises arise even in this bucolic paradise. Seems the mad scientist has designs on my cows. That's right, bucko.
Bertha will chew you into cut if you come around here again. Back to my chores. Note to self, you can't get milk from a bull. And there's that mad scientist again. Okay, threatening my cows was one thing, but playing Peeping Tom on my new baby is way over the line. Where's my shotgun? Seriously, what lame-ass farmer doesn't own a shotgun loaded with rock salt? What am I gonna do, hoe him to death? Harvest Moon is not for everyone. The game takes serious patience. Working your way through 10 years of your little farmer's life will take well over 100 hours of yours. And even those willing to delve into the loamy soil of Harvest Moon will face some frustrations with the twitchy controls. Come on, move, you stupid sheep. But if you're looking for a deep experience that won't strain your gaming muscle, you might want to put down that GTA 3 hoe and pick up this one. We give it a 3 out of 5. Now, let us cultivate our garden.
What the hell did your avatar do to that bull?
Let's not talk about that. Hey, ladies! There's also a girls' version of this game, Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life for Girls. I know you're all chomping at the bit for that one.
And if 100 plus hours of harvesting on the GameCube aren't enough for you, you can link with Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town for the GBA, and you can open up new areas.
Because there's nothing I want to play more than a game with Friends of Mineral Town in the title.
Yes, well, stick around. When we come back, we have the best baseball game released so far this year.
All-Star Baseball, Friends of Mineral Town.
Yeah, that's not it.
Really?
Yeah.
Coming up, finally, a game where you don't use the bat to beat people to death. It's MVP Baseball.
Good Lord, they shooting at me. Give me your gun, give me your knife. It's true crimes, better run your life. Hide your kids, hold your wife. It's true crimes, better tuck your ice. Clutch your purse, stash your cash. It's true crimes, I'm about to blast. Call the cops and lock your door. It's true crimes and I'm taking yours. To the store in a pickup, masking gloves. Guess what? It's a stick up. Give me all your money, honey.
True Crime, Streets of LA. Rated M for mature.
With some internet providers, you spend a lot of time waiting for pages to load. And waiting, and waiting, and waiting. Your wait is finally over. With new People PC Online Accelerated, you can surf the web up to 5 times faster than regular dial-up for just $15.95 a month. Go to peoplepc.com now to get 30 days free to try it out. And visit up to 5 web pages in the time it used to take to visit one, letting you zip around the internet like never before. Plus, our smart dialer automatically chooses the fastest, most reliable access number. See what everybody's talking about. With People PC Online Accelerated, you can surf faster and pay less. To get 30 days free, go to peoplepc.com for a quick download of our software. Or call 1-800-748-0548. People PC Online Accelerated, a faster way to internet.
We were over our heads in credit card debt and looking for a way out.
A number of companies said they would help us, but they were only interested in charging huge upfront fees and putting us further into debt.
Credit Guard of America was different.
Credit Guard of America won't put you further into debt. As a nonprofit service, we've helped thousands of people for over 11 years. We work with you and your creditors to reduce your monthly payments so you can get on with life.
Credit Guard of America cut my monthly payments in half.
They cut my interest rate from an average of 23% to 8%. Some even went to 0.
I'll be out of debt in 4 years instead of 20. Credit Guard of America saved me over $13,000 in interest fees alone.
Call now to reduce your monthly payments. Cut the interest rates on your credit cards by up to half and get your unsecured debt paid off years earlier.
Don't you owe it to yourself to work with a real nonprofit service? Call now to find out how to receive a free credit report. Certified counselors are standing by.
Call 800-213-4632.
Amazing. Engaging. Always entertaining. You're watching Tech TV.
One of them dropped my Game Boy in the toilet. It's Adam Zetzler and Morgan Webb.
That would be Adam.
Sorry.
Welcome back to X-Play.
We've arrived at today's final game. We've seen a lot of baseball titles this year, and it almost looked like MLB 2005 from 99 Sports was going to be the best baseball game of the year.
Okay, so we haven't had a chance to review ESPN's game yet, but it's looking like EA Sports will once again give us the best damn baseball game, period.
Here's our review of MVP Baseball 2004.
The Red Sox and the Cubs in the World Series. Lots of people are predicting it this year. Come on, people, haven't you heard of the curse? Well, at least you can live your dream on MVP Baseball 2004 from Electronic Arts. Just look at it. The authenticity of the stadiums and players are uncanny.
Ichiro steps into the box. Bagwell steps into the batter's box. Gary Sheffield.
And best of all, these guys are drug-free. Still, looks aren't everything. So let's move on.
Damon strikes out.
No contest. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Grab some pie and meat.
During gameplay, you'll hear the calls from broadcast vets Mike Krukow and Dwayne Kuiper. The innovative golf-like pitching interface introduced last year is still here. Basically, maneuver the ball to avoid a player's hot zone. That's the red squares in the strike zone. Of course, if you're facing a player like Albert Pujols, you're screwed, so we won't go there. Release the pitch in this green area here, and you'll get the strike or draw the out.
Lee gathers the grounder, and they got him at third.
Batting relies purely on timing, but you can use the analog stick to push and pull the ball in different directions. The analog stick comes in handy when fielding, too. Now you can control the dive, jump, and slide of a player instead of mindlessly pressing buttons. Plus, the camera quickly zooms out after each hit, so you'll never lose the ball. And there's more web gems in one game than on an entire Baseball Tonight highlight reel. But you know what? It's so fun to watch.
All over the highlights tonight.
Still, the heart of the game is the Dynasty mode, where you can guide a franchise through 120 years, or until their death. Here you can choose to play the game, or manage, or just sim it. Oh, and what's unique here, you can play a team's AA or AAA squad. Hardcore Billy Bean Tice will salivate over the complexity of trades, free agency, and even team chemistry. Yep, that's right. You gotta keep your players happy because they got issues. You have an email inbox that will keep you up to date with injuries, trade opportunities. Ooh, cool, Randy Johnson is on the block. And of course, that nagging player's situation. Look, here's an email from Derek Jeter. Not happy with playing time. Anything you could do to help would be greatly appreciated. Oh, what a true gentleman. But guess what? There's no crying in baseball. So off you go to AAA, Derek. That's the beauty of make-believe. You can do anything you want. Although you'll find a few comedy of errors.
Off the end of the bat. He came up with it.
There are minor problems in a game that has some of the best motion capture animation on the diamond to date. Not to mention the variety of gameplay options and unlockables. MVP Baseball 2004 definitely has the stuff that makes it a rewarding experience. Final score is a 4 out of 5.
2-run bomb. Mora, he got every bit of that one.
The only sucky thing about this game is that there's no Barry Bonds in it, since apparently he was holding out for his own license game.
Way to be a tool, Barry.
The good news is that Barry has a new rhythm-based game coming out. It's called Dance Dance Performance Enhance.
Don't sue us. Let's check out some viewer mail.
Today's email is from Roller Coaster Dude in Massachusetts. He writes, I was watching your show and my 3-year-old brother came in and I said, Aaron, that's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb. Can you say Adam Sessler? And he replies with, pee-pee. Thought you might want to hear that. Oh yeah, I wanted to hear that. I was just saying to Morgan this morning, I want to hear my name equated with urine.
He's right. I did want to hear that, actually.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Roller Coaster Dude. I want to know what he called Morgan. That's actually what I'm most interested in.
I'm sure it was like flowers or something nice like that. Let me dream, okay? If you'd like to send us an email about your little brother calling Adam a pee-pee or anything else your little brother said, visit our website,
TechTV.com/xplay.
We have reviews, previews, and a newsletter where you can get show updates and messages from yours truly.
And you can get them from me as well.
Yeah.
PP, that's me. Or you can chat with us and your fellow X-Play viewers every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yes, and our website also has outtakes, it has downloads, it has the complete celebrity interviews because we have to edit them down and everything, and much, much more.
Actually, in terms of the outtakes, there's some very funny ones from our news version, our Eyewitness X-Play. I was even watching them myself and I did a chuckle. Speaking of chuckle, watch me play games.
I know it's always good for a chuckle.
Bye-bye.